What's up, guys? This is the Chalk and Squawk podcast, where us 5 student teachers come together and share our experiences and hopefully share some of that wisdom with you as well.
When everybody's heard about the bird, the bird's a winner. Well, a bird is a winner.
The first episode today is who are we in the classroom and who are we outside of the classroom? Makai's going to start us off today.
Cool, we didn't go over our names.
Oh, we're going to pass the talking there.
Yeah,
we'll learn as we go.
Okay, introduce yourself. Say I'm Brady.
My name is Brady Koba. I am a senior, and I am a student teacher at John F. Kennedy School in Windsor, Connecticut.
I'm Kelly Hoxie. I'm a senior. I'm a student teacher in a 4th grade classroom in Hartford Public Schools.
I am Makai Watson. I am a senior. I am in a 3rd grade classroom at John Berry Elementary School in Meriden, Connecticut.
Hi there, I'm Justin Hopesick. I'm a senior. I'm placed in the kindergarten classroom at Matanzas Learning Lab.
I'm Hannah Fiddler. I am also a senior, and you can come see Christmas Carol at Hartford Stage because I'm an acting major, but also an education minor.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to start us off, Brady?
Sure, I'll start off. So, my name is Brady Koba. When I sit in the classroom, I see myself as an artist. I believe that everything from building relationships with your students to classroom management to differentiating your lessons, all of it becomes an art form. And I believe being able to observe many different teachers across the past 4 years, as I am now a senior, has really allowed me to see that and see how every artist works differently, you know? As for outside of the classroom, I am a semi-professional disc golfer. I work at a summer camp for students with disabilities, and I play a lot of Overwatch with Makai.
All right. Again, my name is Kelly. Inside the classroom, I'm Miss Hoxie. And I do agree with Brady. I think that my favorite part of teaching is the creativity that goes with it. I love finding different ways of, like, you know, this student doesn't get this concept. How can we get them to get it? What's another way we can try it? What's another way we could do this? What's another way we could teach this? How can we change this? It's one of my favorite parts. I love connecting with my students. It's one of my, one of my favorite parts of just being in classrooms in general. Outside of the classroom, I play lacrosse at the University of Hartford, Hawks Up. And I do really enjoy being outside. I love hiking. Yeah. And also watching sports.
W.
And I work at Dick's Sporting Goods. Come stop by.
Okay, I'm Makai. I think one of the biggest parts of being like a teacher in a classroom is building positive relationships with students on a one-to-one level. I think the best way for a student to learn is if you can have that close relationship with them, because I think if a student is struggling, they don't want to just see another teacher that doesn't really care about them. They want someone that can connect with them. So if that's like asking how their day is every day, or getting to learn about their family, their pets, and all the little things that you think might not matter, I think they really do play a difference in how successful a student's going to be. So that's probably my biggest thing of teaching, yeah. Outside of school, I coach basketball for 6th grade, 7th grade this year. So that's fun. I've learned a lot from coaching. I play basketball a lot, and I also play Overwatch a lot with Brady.
Hey there, guys. I'm Justin again. So to agree with my peers, I think having that being a good role model to the students is a very important part of a teacher. I think it's honestly one of the biggest parts that's overlooked. I think we tend to forget, or we get a little not washed away with the content, just focusing on, you know, the academic parts of teaching. But there's a big social part, as my peer Makai said. You know, that community building, learning your students, learning all their habits, their hobbies, everything like that. So I do think there is much to be done as a teacher that way, in terms of, I just want to be the best role model teacher I could be, so that students can look up to me and say, you know, Mr. Hope's a good guy. He may not be best teacher, maybe not yet, but he knows what he's doing. I enjoy doing it. You know what I mean? I would say classroom. I don't really do too much as of right now. I used to be the University of Hartford track and field manager. I played a lot of Minecraft. As well as what else I do? I like to draw a lot as well. I like to draw and paint. I love that creativity aspect. I think it's really important to have, you know, different parts and components of a person. It makes you just better overall.
I'm Hannah, and my pathway to teaching has been a little unusual. It started with teaching dance and theater to little kids, and through that I kind of grew my passion for teaching and realized that I wanted to develop it into something bigger. Although I've never necessarily been I've been a substitute for a long time, but I lost a train of thought. So
You were a substitute.
I was a substitute for a long time, and through that I got to work with a bunch of different kids, different grade levels, and learned about a new passion that I have for working with students. In Virginia, we call them ESOL students, English as a second language. Just seeing how some children in my county get treated because they don't speak English, I think really brings me back to my own roots of certain things with learning different languages and moving to this country and not necessarily speaking English as well, or X, Y, and Z, whatever all these teachers are telling these children, and I really want to be able to help them get through it in the same way that I necessarily wasn't, because I understand how important culture is and how it's not about losing your own culture in order to fit into where you are, but being able to merge the two together. And I also love teaching theater, and I would love to teach theater. I love theater in the classroom. I think it's important to give kids a place to be absolutely insane and crazy and do things that they think are funny, whether they are or aren't.
What's your major?
I'm an acting major. I love theater.
Everyone else is integrated elementary and special education majors.
Could we actually go around and say what we'd like to, not necessarily like to teach, but grade level as well?
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Pass the talking bear.
So I have worked with students basically from kindergarten all the way up till 5th grade in my experiences, and I believe we are getting certified for K through 5 or K through 6.
K through 6.
K through
Gen Ed.
6. I actually do not have a preference as of right now. The 4th graders I'm working with right now in student teaching is probably my favorite group of kids that I've had the pleasure of working with. That could be something to do with the fact that I'm actually going every day rather than once a week, like our past placements. But yeah, I find joy in any student that I'm going to work with. I love how they're all very different, and I love problem solving and figuring out different ways to help them, and kind of expanding my skill set as a teacher has been great, and this school has done a great job of making sure I get a variety of experiences in both elementary and special education.
So I've worked with like all different grade levels and ages. I'm outside of UHART. I work at a daycare and preschool as an assistant teacher. And while I do love my babies in that setting, I don't think I could do that for the rest of my life. And throughout my placements, I've been in kindergarten, 1st grade, 2nd grade, and 4th grade. And I will say 2nd and 4th have been my favorites. This is my 2nd 4th grade placement because I was in a 4th grade placement my sophomore year, and I think it's my favorite. I do want to do older elementary, so like 2nd would be the youngest grade I would go, and like 6th being the oldest grade. But I do like, I think it's really special when you don't have to worry about like, your kids like being in school for the first time, and instead you can get really into the content and, like more complex like themes of like the books and texts that they're reading, or like more complex math concepts. I really do enjoy that.
So, outside of school, in general, I've worked with pretty much every age group from 3-year-olds to high school through sports or through unified sports in that aspect. But in school, I've really only had the chance to work with kindergarten, 3rd, and 5th, and then a little bit of high school. So, through my experience so far, I definitely want to be on the older side. If I'm in the special education field, I'd prefer to do high school. But if I'm in a general ed, which is probably where I'll be at the beginning of my career, I would like to do 3rd, 4th, 5th. I personally just like to have more fuller conversations with the students. I like the banter that goes back and forth that you can't really have with a kindergartner because you just don't have that type of communication yet. So I really enjoy the placement I'm in now because I can have these conversations, but it also, like Brady said, it might just be because this is the first year I'm in the classroom every day. So it could just be being with the same students every day. You build that relationship faster. But as of now, I'd probably like to be between 3rd and 5th grade.
So to start off with my placements, I was placed in a 4th grade class, a 1st grade class, and a kindergarten class currently. Outside of that, I was a teacher's assistant for a 9th grade bio class, and I was a youth instructor for about 3 years in the garden, which is really fun in my opinion. I really love the science aspect about it. I was also a summer camp instructor as well, which is relatively quick, but I still enjoy that. So I think with those outside experiences, it made me love the older grades, especially because I do love the science that it goes through, especially 5th grade, 4th grade sciences. I love that sort of stuff. Don't get me wrong, I do love the kindergarten class I'm in right now, but at least I think for me, the content isn't exactly something I am latched onto. Could be not difficult for me sometimes, but it is a little challenging sometimes. So I would prefer a 3rd grade and up, whether it's in my general or special ed placements.
Like I said previously, I've worked with K through 12 for subbing. But the summer camps, the theater summer camps that I work at, I've almost always been working with 4th graders. And the one semester that I did have field work a year ago was also with 4th grade. So I think I can confidently say I would love to be a high school theater teacher. I love high school theater. I think that's what I would really enjoy doing. And for ESOL specifically, I would love to teach 4th through 6th grade. I think that's a really great age range for me.
Thank you for listening to the first episode of Chalk and Squawk. Next week, we will be talking about our whys. Why are we teachers? And also make sure to leave a like and subscribe, as well as comment down below the name of our talking bear.
Well, everybody's heard about the bird. Bird's a winner.